Happy Tuesday, y'all. Hope your Tuesday's gone well. Mine's been very busy. Sorry, I just noticed a beautiful butterfly. Hey, y'all, it's Lippy. Okay, we're in day 3, video 3 on keeping it simple on gardening. We're talking beans. Some of y'all call them snap beans. We just call them beans. There's a difference between a bean and a pea. So what we're going to talk about is your green bean, your Cherokee yellow wax beans, your gold rush beans, your little sugar peas that a lot of y'all grow, them little sugar snaps that y'all eat. Guys, that's difficult to grow in the South, I'm just saying. They come in and they go out real fast when the heat comes in. But that is the beans that we are talking about, whether that be bush, whether that be vining. We're not talking about peas like cow peas, purple hull peas, red ripper peas, things of that nature. We're talking about beans. And I held one out because I wanted y'all to see it up close. That's a beautiful bean, but you see how it's starting to get a belly on it? Okay, that is a good indication my beans are ready to go to seed. So that handful that I just showed y'all is going to be the last of our beans. Everything else I'm going to let go to seed so I can have them for next year. I still have some, but this is going to allow me to have a lot more planted. Because if you remember, we only had, 6 beds. And I produced 28 pints. Not too bad, I would say. But guys, growing beans, no matter where you're at, feeding is feeding. It doesn't matter. Oops, I don't want to get stung. I got stung on the ankle last night. Y'all, I'm still hobbling, and we don't know what got me. Anyway, I guess the easiest way to say is, since I know I'm reaching a lot of y'all in various locations, when your soil temp maintains 50 to 55 degrees, you direct sow your beans, your snap beans, your sugar pea bean things. I really don't know what they're called. I don't grow them. It's just not something we grow here. We like them, but it's just, it comes in and goes out too fast. But that's what we're talking about. 50 to 55 degrees is your dirt temp, your soil temp. Soon as you're consistent, a week, direct sow them jokers. Because no matter where you're at, you do get hot. And when the heat sets in, so does the bugs. So I want to bring mine in, I want to feed mine, and I want to get them out. Then that allows me to put something else back in, but it also helps maintain the bugs, the predators. So, that's what I do. When did I start these? March. It's May 30th, and I'm done. This was my last picking. I picked like 12 this morning. Now I've got this. This is going to be supper. But let me tell y'all something. If you're just starting off with beans, easy math. Check your pH. One time you can get those little sticks. You can get the little water. There's various kinds. You want your pH between 6 and 7. That's it. It is the easiest thing to remember. Soil temp, 50 to 55 degrees for a week consistent. Your pH between 6 and 7. And you're off to the races. Your dirt, your soil consistency. You don't want it real sandy loomy. You want it to have a little bit of bind, not red clay bind, just a little bit of bind, okay? Because they do like to hold a little bit of moisture with drainage. So you wouldn't want to flood them unless you're growing direct ground. Then you'd make burrows. So you would then water your rows, not where your beans sit. Amend about, when I knew I was doing these, About 6 weeks before I planted these beans, we had hurried up and topped this dirt off because it was already established from last year, and all I had was a few tomatoes in it. Topped it off, and I fed it triple 13. And I mean, I fed it lightly. 6-7 weeks, somewhere around there, before I planted my beans. And that's the only taste of nitrogen that I give any bean. Snap bean, sugar bean things. I forget what they're called. Do you know what I feed mine? And I've showed y'all and showed y'all. 0, 10, 10. Now, the best champagne for these beans would be like a 0, 5, 10. Why is that? Because of the potassium. Beans love potassium. I am not able to find that 0, 5, 10. I have found a 2, 6, 8. It's okay, but I also know that beans are a nitrogen stabilizer. They don't require it. They pretty much stabilize themselves on the nitrogen. But the brand that was offering that, I just cannot support, and I'll just leave it like that. So I just use 0, 10, 10. But if you can bump up your potassium and go down 1 or 2 numbers of your phosphorus, you're in the champagne zone. I haven't been able to find that. So what works for me is 0, 10, 10, and it's just that simple. I do feed mine once a week, dilute by half. So what is it, 2 tablespoons to a gallon? I don't have my glasses on. Then it would be 1 tablespoon to a gallon. And I actually mix it just in a water jug, a garden jug, and I run down the center. Just, you know, steady walk and just do. And then I come back in and water it. I don't let water hit my leaves though. So with this nozzle, y'all have seen my little black water can. I can turn it and go down because mine is through a fence. So I have a pretty good gap, because remember, I direct sowed those long before the fence came in. So I kind of misjudged. I know now where I can direct sow my seeds, but I'm able to get down and just do, and I'm done. And I do that every Sunday morning because that's my memory, because I do a garden walkthrough every Sunday morning. Dilute by half. I will do that. See, a direct sow, I feed. I'm trying to think, I have my black book, 4 weeks. Dilute by half. And cut it off. And you're off to the races. Beans to me is the most simplest. I have to make sure I'm saying beans, not peas. Beans are the most simplest vegetable to grow in my book, no matter where you reside, because it's all about the soil temp, because you definitely want to check your temp at 55 degrees a solid week. If you're going to plant them in a new spot, check your pH between 6 and 7. You know, 6.5 is your sweet spot, but I always go 6 to 7. You're good to go. If you can amend, give a little bit of fertilizer. If you haven't never grown, of course, you're going to be testing. A little bit, 6 to 8 weeks prior, and just move on. Direct sow, feed for 4 weeks, half diluted. You can get this 0, 10, 10, and therefore you're in the safe zone. No nitrogen. Mine have never seen nitrogen except for what little bit of triple 13, and I mean, I went lightly. And I just took my grandson's hoe rake and I just moved it around all to the edges. Not where I knew I was planting my seeds. It was almost to the outer edges of my grow boxes or my raised beds. And it was a little bit. If I had to guess, I might have put 1/8 of a cup in each bed. That's how little. Because you don't need nitrogen. So this won't be a long video because it's just stupid simple. And probably most of you know this. But y'all know I'm doing this for our new gardeners. And oh, I am so thrilled at some of the responses y'all you're giving me. You've tried this and you've tried that, and I'm like, As I always say, keep it stupid simple. She said, kiss it. And I was like, oh my God. So, Lippy wants a shirt for all of us that says, kiss it. Uh-huh. And then, of course, you know, you got all them people that think negative stuff. Then you can have it written, keep it stupid simple. I got things in my head rolling. It's been something that's been being said for years, and I just say, keep it stupid simple. Y'all know I'm not in the know. I'm like years behind. I mean, I got a moo-moo on, and I'm calling myself in the know. Moo-moos went out in the 70s, y'all. Loving the moo-moos, and they got pockets too. Just do not forget you got beans in your pockets, radishes in your pockets. Your grandson put an earthworm in your pocket, and you reach in there to clean pockets out, and you grab one of them things. You talk about leaving the laundry room. I left it, like took flight, left. Y'all want to hear how loud I hollered Mo? I'm going to tell you what, Washington could have heard me. Yep. Y'all, I laugh at my own self sometimes. So, I hope this is short, because I don't mean to just rattle. Yeah, I do. I just love y'all. But I got to go in there and do something with my little handful of beans. We're going to have some smothered squash and onions, because I got some squash this morning. And I'm probably going to do some purple hull peas, because I already got a couple of jars canned up. No meat. It's just going to be a meatless Tuesday. Oh, wait, ain't Tuesday supposed to be Taco Tuesday? See what I tell y'all, I'm so far behind, I can't keep up with the norm. It ain't happening. So I'm just going to sit here and drink my coffee and hope I don't get stung again, because I can't hardly walk on my ankle. It's all swollen up. Don't know what got me, but I'm going to live. Let's see, tomorrow's Wednesday. We're going to talk watermelons. And mine's growing in a raised bed. Yeah, we're going to see how that works. And I'm going to do a class on watermelons. Do as I say, not as I do. Until the next one, stay safe. Whew. Stay well, and God bless. Watermelons tomorrow. Right now, it's kick back, enjoy my coffee, and thank the Lord I got me that many pints of green beans. Bye, y'all.